Hi there, this is I Ching. Today I'm going to teach you a 5-minute post-workout writing exercise. This is the perfect moment. I just did Pilates, my hair is flying out, I look like Einstein minus the volume. I am still catching my breath, I am sweaty, but this is the perfect moment because you can do this after any workout. Before you catch your breath, just sit down, set 5 minutes on the timer and start writing. Write what's true in your body as you write it or during the workout. Write from your body, and if it drifts into your mind, that's fine. Do not stop, but always pull yourself back into your body. If you think of something else, that's a free association, write it down. It will launch you into some story or whatsoever. But for now, set aside five minutes on the timer. Let's get started. Okie doke, 5 minutes is up. This is what I've got. I'm gonna share this with you and show you the good ones, the bad ones, and what this exercise can do for you. And feel free to share your writing in the comment. I would love to read it. Okay, here you go. Shiny sweat on my neck. My breath tasted metallic when I exhaled as I pushed the Pilates ring forward. I don't know what's going on with my body, but I do know my metabolism was getting slower, which makes me sad. I have scabs all over my body. I just touched one on my right arm. I scratched 2 mosquito bites and the scab was the souvenir. I have scabs from breaking into new shoes too. New shoes are the most unpredictable tyrants. You never know what kind of torture you'll get. Okay, someone once described my contact cleaning cases as the torture device. That person is no longer in my life, but I still smiled thinking of it. That's the beauty of life. You can still keep the good memories regardless of the outcome. All right, I am going to point out the bad sentences first now that I caught my breath. The bad sentences, of course, they're going to be thrown away. Shiny sweat on my neck. That's not even, I don't know. I opened the writing with it because I felt sweaty. It's not a great thing. Shiny is generic. It's not a sensation. I wasn't even looking at my sweat. So throw it away. I don't know what's going on in my body, but I do know my metabolism was getting slower, which makes me sad. This is also a quote-unquote bad sentence because I become the narrator. I'm saying this makes me sad. I'm watching myself. I'm not experiencing it. I'm not describing how my metabolism gets slower. I'm not saying that I am holding my breath as I work out. I'm not saying that I feel more sore than before. Metabolism getting slower. Metabolism is a concept. And this is how you know. When you do body-led writing and you introduce a concept, that comes from your head. Not to say that you can't write about it. Of course you can. But just know that this comes in later. This comes in the thinking process. You can write about metabolism later, but it doesn't go firsthand as you are doing the body-led writing. Okay, another bad sentence. The last sentence. That's the beauty of life. You can still keep the good memories regardless of the outcome. What is this? This is a concept. It is a conclusion. It is a lesson. Right? This tells you that this is the remnant of me formally teaching self-help, that I'm still trying to extract things from this. Okay, give it a conclusion and, conclude this piece or extract a lesson out of this. If I want to extract a lesson, which I could, and I'm going to show you, that is much less of a lesson, but something that reveals itself through the writing, through the better sentences, the good ones. What are those? Those are: my breath tasted metallic when I exhaled as I pushed the Pilates ring forward. As I was writing this sentence, I remember exactly the moment during my workout session as I was doing this. And my breath was shallow and it tasted metallic. And I panicked for a little bit. I was like, why is my breath tasting metallic? What's wrong with me? Right? Which I said, I don't know what's going on with my body, my metabolism. I started to think with my head. You can see this is the sequence where I start with my body and then getting into my head. Nothing wrong with it. Just observe. You might do this too. Now, another good sentence. I have scabs all over my body. I just touched one on my right arm. I'm going to show you. I literally, as I was writing, I touched this one. I felt the scab. I remember exactly how it happened. It was the mosquito bites in the dog run where I go every day. And I scratched them and they turned into souvenirs. And souvenir was just this random word that popped in my head. So I wrote it down. This is a good sentence. It was exactly what happened in the moment. So capture that. Now, This scab reminded me of the scabs that I got from my breaking into my new shoes. I still have the scabs, so then I write about the new shoes. Okay, new shoes are this and that. They're the tyrants. You don't know the torture. They did torture me, the new shoes. Now, with the word torture, it launched into a memory, which is the memory of someone who used to be in my life, but is no longer in my life. And that person described my contact cleaning cases as torture device. Those baskets, they look like this. And that was, I remember I laughed at it back then, and I still laugh at it today. But again, that's something that's in my memory. But that was what this thing unlocked for me. If I throw away the bad sentences and just keep the good ones, the shape, the metallic taste, the scabs, thinking about the mosquito bites, and then the torture device, and that person who's no longer in my life. These are about the consequences of certain things, unpleasant things with concrete sensations. I still chose them. Those are the little things. Those are the things that I can show you, and that would be the thesis of an essay if I choose to expand it, is all those moments of choice and the traces of these choices leaving behind. And that is life. So I hope you gained something out of this exercise. I feel so much better now that I have my breath and have this little piece. I can work on a new piece of essay this week. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please do share your sentences with me. I read everything. And if you're interested in reading more of my writing, I do have a letter series called Anti-Content, How to Write What's True. Those are in the link below. Subscribe to them. Just 5 letters that help you see what you can write, how you can write truthfully. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon with something new that helps you write better. Bye.